Esther Strykowski. While we were changing the tape, you were reminiscing for a few moments. Would you like to say on the tape what you...
I don't have any pictures of home. I would give anything to have a picture of my family, my grandparents, my mother, my father, my brother. The only thing I remember, my father, the only thing I remember when he went to Germany to a sanatorium because he was wearing always the religious outfit, I remember he sent us a picture in a gray suit with a gray head. He was a tall, good-looking man. It's the only I remember a little bit of this picture. I remember my brother. He was beautiful singing, such a nice boy. And my mother, I just couldn't believe she didn't survive. Such a good-looking woman she was. When we went to Auschwitz, it was just plain luck because she went with her brother, with her son, because these transport, the last, so many people survived, elderly people. When I was later in concentration, people of 60, 50 survived because they didn't have time to kill us. And she didn't survive only because of it. But how it would look if she would leave the son and go.
So 3 years ago you went back?
She lost a brother, my uncles. My father had a family of 9 sisters and brothers. So he was the only one which went during the war, the beginning of the war, to Israel, because he had 2 big apartments and he had money. All my cousins were studying France. They had all passports. But he had 9 sisters and brothers. And from all the family, I am the only one who survived from the children and from the whole family. That's why when I came to Israel, they said, she's a kid, she's pregnant, we have to help her. She's the only one survived from such a huge family. She came from a Gehenim, and they helped me a lot.
So 3 years ago you went back with part of your family to Poland, and retraced your roots.
It was hard, very hard, but I'm happy we went. The children were very enthusiastic. They went, they saw, we went to all the places. And, you know, they are okay, healthy and wealthy. My feet didn't allow them so much to walk anymore because I had problems with my feet. But they went, sometime I was sitting when I'm one of them, the entrance to Auschwitz, but they went for kilometers and made an impression. And I have now, some of the grandchildren wrote us a letter. If you can read or something, maybe 1 or 2 of them, Natalie wrote a beautiful letter. Somehow, something, and my thought, my grandson, he was there. He is very emotional too. He wrote beautiful how he went through everything. And then we went last year. At this time, we were in Poland with my daughter, with my son-in-law. We went to Poland again. My daughter was a little bit disappointed from the little shtetl because my husband was telling her everything he was turning to a joke. So for her it was, and when she saw everything, she was disappointed. This how we say, this solution, she was very hurt. And you know what the Poles said to me? It's your homes, but our streets. Wasze domy, wasze kamienice, wasze ulice, nasze kamienice. Drunk, ugly. Lodz, in my eyes, years ago, was a beautiful city. But after Israel and after Montreal, it's horrible, horrible. Even Warsaw, everything is built according to the new Russian style. It's terrible. The only one city which is nice is Krakow. We have a big apartment, the Lodz. The building, I went this time with the children, I showed them where we lived. We had a 3-bedroom apartment. And why I recognized this, the inside didn't remember exactly which floor, second or third, because we had the renovation before my mother was supposed to get married. And because we went with a Pole from the Polish army, I wasn't scared. And I went, you know, my son is 6'5", and my daughter, and they were all, so I wasn't scared. We went there, they were quite nice, they let us in. Told them, I don't want anything from you. I just want to show my children that I'm coming from somewhere, not just from that we had parents, we had families, we had homes, we had something. That you will see that we are not just from the street people. And it made a big impression. It made a big impression. You know, all the homes are ruined, terrible. The balcons, everything is taking off. The people shouldn't fell out, so it's closed with wiring. The doors, like here, the wires are closed on the balcony. But whatever they have is too good. Because we met plenty with anti-Semitism in Poland now too.
Could you tell us why you decided to go through this time of retelling your story? What convinced you to?
I was hesitating through for a long time. It's not new, it's on a new thing. It's the last 2-3 years now, the movies. But somehow I couldn't get together. I was afraid I couldn't get it together. I was a little bit afraid of my language, of mine. If I remember, I don't remember so many things, I forget. So I tell you the truth, I knew you were the interviewer, and I know you for many years. And I knew I would feel with you much more comfortable than with somebody strange.
Thank you.
And because I saw interview with other people, and they were very cold and not helping. And I think you made me, persuade me, let's put it this way. And I really thank you for it. It made me feel easier, because I was scared.
What do you hope that this interview will do?
I hope it will never happen again. For our daughters, like they say, for our children and grandchildren, if they will ever look for movies, non-Jews, other people, and they will see what people are capable of, maybe they will have a little bit heart and think different. But the way it looks, I'm very scared. But like my daughter said, Ma, you are always a pessimist. I am. My husband always optimist. I am. When I read a paper with Villeneuve, with 200 people like this, I am scared. Who knows what might happen? When Hitler came to power, it was a very small group of people. My grandparents used to tell me in Pabianice, my grandmother, she loved me very much. I was carrying her grandmother's name. She used to say, the Germans, they are the most wonderful people. We were afraid for the Cossacks, for the Russians. They used to come with horses to the first floor to our home. But who knew something like this? I'm sure my parents felt more the anti-Semitism because they had business, but I was a child. I was surrounded by Jews. My husband was going to a Christian school, so something happened. They said the Jew. But I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I felt later on.
Well, thanks to people like yourself who come and tell the story for the world, it'll make everybody much more cautious.
I hope so. Because of Zundek and other people like him. They are coming now and say it's a hoax and it's not true. How can you prove them? How can you make if not a movie?
Well, you did. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
now we'll
I really appreciate Paula.
Thank you
but
very
not
much.
with you, I don't know if I will do it.
Oh, you would. We would like to show some of the photographs that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Esther, now you have a gentleman sitting on your left, would you introduce him, please?
This is my husband of almost 51 years married. And I think we are quite happily married. We have 2 wonderful children, grandchildren, the rest of the family. I think we did quite a good job. We fell in love, was love from the first sight. And he's a very nice man. Everybody knows. He gets credit for no. It's the truth.
What do you have to say about your wife?
The fact that we are so many years together, says a lot. But I would say we are normal people with our shortcomings. We had our ups and downs, but in general everything is okay. I would do it again.
Oh, that's important.
And we were liberated, very close, about an hour drive.
By bike?
No, by bike is more. By car. And we were in the place where we first met, about in June.
We met there. I told you how we met. And now we were invited through the German government from the city I was liberated. They invited us. We were guests theirs for a week. And they were very nice to us. They did the utmost they could. They took us to, everything was prepared. They took us with buses to Bergen-Belsen and to Magdeburg and to the city where he survived. And really was a very interesting week. As much as I was hesitating, scared, I was pleasantly surprised. They were very nice to us. At least they were saying, we are sorry what happened. And let's hope that the young generation will understand that you don't kill people only because they are Jews or gypsies or niggers. If they are nice people, they're nice people.
Thank you very much. You also didn't tell us your husband's name.
Oh, my husband is, we call him Renik. This is his nickname. But his name is Ruben Strykowski.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
This book is one of 4 books which my grandfather wrote about 55 years ago. And this is an interpretation of the Chumash with the Jewish Bible. And it's very well known now, and they print all over the United States and Israel. They teach people from this book, the young generation, the Rabbanut, the rabbis, and the yeshivas. And it's the only thing what I have from from my past. It's the book of my grandfather. And I'm very proud I came from such nice home.
Thank you.
The picture on the left is the original monument of my father, which died in 1935, and my grandfather. When I was 20 years in Poland, 20 years ago in Poland, I went to the cemetery and I found the original. When I was there 3 years ago, they stole the original monument, and they made, on the right side, the tiny little monument they made that should be a name. If ever my child, a grandchild, will go there, they should find the monument of the grandfather.
Who made this new monument?
I paid $100. There was a guy which takes care of the cemetery. And he promised me to make this when I was there, and it took 2 years till he made. When he heard we coming back, was done, because $100 3 years ago was a lot of money in Poland. I gave him in advance the $100, and I hope he will do it, and he did it.
And who were the?
This was stolen. This monument, they made streets of it, so this was a black stone. And next to it, it's me and my daughter.
Thank you.
The picture on the left is the castle where we were after the war in Belgium, which was donated by this Christian woman that was married to the Jew. And we were there. We had nice few months there, and we met there. We married there, and we were very happy. The picture on the right, my husband took me for a 50th wedding anniversary to Belgium. We drove by car, and I was pleasantly surprised that he found the same place, the same castle, and we made the pictures on the same stairs the 50 years ago. The picture on the left is a group where we were together there. I think there's the rabbi, and he was the chief rabbi of the English Brigade. He gave us his blessings. And the picture on the right, it's me, and you can see they did a nice job. They made us a beautiful dress, and they made us feel really like home. And the same on the bottom, they bought him a suit. We didn't have a penny then, and they made everything possible to make us happy. That's it. These are index cards which we got coming into Palestine in 1946. On top is my husband, Reuben, and the bottom one is me. We came in, this is 1946, I think, in April we came to Israel. I don't remember exactly. This is the only thing what we have left from after the war even, because we came illegal to Israel and we didn't have any papers. And the picture on the left, on top, is my husband and my son. The picture on the right is my son, my daughter, and my nephew, which is now very well-known professor in Palo Alto University.
Could you tell us his name?
Yes, his name is Howard Schulman.
And where were these pictures taken?
In Holland, by us, around the house.
In Israel?
In Israel, yeah. The picture on the left, it's, I think, me, my husband, and my son, my daughter. The picture on the right is me and my sisters-in-law, 2 kids. It was the birthday of the little girl, and on the left is the professor today.
What is?
They were staying with us for a while because my sister-in-law wasn't in Israel then. So I made her a birthday. Her name is Ora. His name is Howard. Hanoch Howard.
And what is your sister-in-law's name?
My sister-in-law is Guta Friede from Pabianice, Poland. Last trip we made together.
And at the bottom?
On the bottom, I think this is a picture in. I think it's a picture.
Party.
Oh, on the left side is a birthday party. I made a birthday party for the little girl. In our home in Holland. We had a very beautiful home. And on the right, I think it's in Israel. Or in Canada, somewhere it's near the ocean. So I don't believe we were wearing their coats in Israel. So I really don't remember this picture. This is our 50th wedding anniversary, which the children made us in Florida. last year, and my husband, we cut together the cake. This is my oldest grandson, which is today 25, but we love him very dearly.
What's his name?
His name is Joshua, named after my father's father. And this is Natalie, the only granddaughter. She's 24. We love her very much. And she's named after my husband's sister, which passed away in the Holocaust.
And where was this taken? What was the occasion?
Last year, our 50th anniversary in Florida. I'm sorry you weren't there. On the left is me. Next to me is my only cousin, which is still alive. He's about 88 years old. And it's the only cousin I have now. Next to him is my daughter. Next is my son. And on the bottom is mine and cousin, also the only one which is still alive.
And could you tell us their names?
Her name is Lulu Szefner, and this is a daughter-in-law of my uncle. That's because of him I went to Israel, which helped me a lot. And this is his daughter-in-law. And next, the cousin is his sister. His wife was a sister to her husband, and they're the only white which was left.
What is his name?
His name is Rumek Rosenzweig.
And tell us the names of the other people.
Helen Burak, my daughter, Chaya Helen Burak, and Jacob Yankele Strykowski.
And what occasion was this?
Our 50th wedding anniversary. And this is my youngest grandson on the left. His name is Eric Strykowski. Next is my husband. Below him is my grandson. He is the third one, Danny Strykowski. Next to him is my only granddaughter, Natalie Burak. Below is Joshua Strykowski. Next to him is Todd Burak, and between them I am Tusha Szefner Strykowski. I'm very proud of them and I love them very much.
So this is you and all your grandchildren?
Yeah. This is my daughter, my granddaughter. It's me on our 50th anniversary, wedding anniversary last year in Florida. What?
And these are the three generations of the Strykowski women?
Yeah, these are the three generations of the Strykowskis, right. Okay. My husband, on the left, on the bottom, sitting is my husband. Next to him is me. Next to me is my darling son. Next to him is my only cousin, which is still alive. Next to her is my only cousin, which is still alive. On the top, my daughter-in-law, my brother-in-law, which came from California for special occasion, my sister-in-law, which I was together in concentration camp all the years. On top is, I think, a cousin of my daughter-in-law, my daughter. No, on top, next to my daughter, is a cousin of my husband, Ted Milo, which also went through concentration camp. Next to him is my daughter. Then is my son-in-law and my cousin, Ted's wife. And they all, this is almost the only family we still have, thanks God, all almost survivors. And these are my two lovely grandchildren with the father, which I love them very dearly. All of them I love.
And tell us their names.
Todd Burak, Natalie Burak, and Moshe Burak.
And where was this taken?
This was taken last year in Florida. And this is my son. He just turned 50. I'm really sorry they are not here, not him and not my daughter, to make this with us. But this was done, I think, not long ago. His name is Jacob Strykowski. On the right is my son. Next to him is his wife. Next is Jacob. His name is Sonia. They are married 28 years. Next is my daughter, my darling daughter. Next to her is her husband. This is her second husband. She remarried second time. And she lives partly in Israel and partly in Europe. Okay. This is a picture which was done in June 1996, where we were now in Germany, Salzwedel, and invited by the German authorities. And this was the whole group. We were 60 people, paid by the German government, the air flights, the hotels, everything, everything. And they are very, very nice, they were to us. This is the whole group where we were together in concentration.